Hello and welcome. Slight confession, everyone was looking for all the people in the chat that I said hello to. I did that because they're the regulars that normally come in, and I thought I'll save some time and do it now before we go live. So anyone who was looking or having a meltdown thinking that they're losing the plot, it was just me trying to be clever. So don't worry about it. Half of them are not in anyway. So, but welcome to everyone in the chat. We've got Simon, Joe, Og, Chiro Sounds, Jane, Sober, Martin Abbas, Fred Flintstone, Baby with a Laser. And yes, it did backfire.
That's what happens when Anne tries to be.
I was trying to be on time in front of myself, but anyway, it worked. Three of them are there now, so it's all good.
There you go.
Right. So this is paranormal today. The guest phoned in sick. That's what I'm going to say. Just they phoned in sick, literally. Well, texting sick this morning. So it's just the way it is. But that gives me more direction to get out what I need to get out. So,
which I don't know about. This is all a surprise.
Yeah. Well, you know about the first one. So I am going to be coming off Facebook a week today for 10 days. Now, the reason behind this is because when we do the 24-hour live stream, we only know 7 people, technically. We only know 7 people who are coming on out of there's about 30 guests in total. Now, if they want to advertise on Facebook that they're coming on the show, as soon as they tag Alienate UK, then I'm going to see it's going to pop up. I'm going to get a notification. So I'm going to log out. So I'll end up finding out who is coming on, and it's going to ruin everything. So, just reading the messages. Hi, Ross. So that way, if I'm not logged in, I'm not going to be able to see anything. So from next Wednesday, the 23rd, 2 days before the Halloween one, up until about 2 hours, an hour before we finish on the Saturday. I'll still be on Messenger, so people can contact me that way, but I'm not going to be able to see anything posted on Facebook. That's the first one. Second one, I have created a new tier on Patreon. It's more wishful thinking than anything else, and it was Brandon Thomas that gave me the idea. So the Patreon tier is called Reptilian. It's £15,000, but you get to go out investigating for a week anywhere you want in the world with me.
Wow.
So covering costs, what have you. And 15,000 is the highest that you can go anyway. But you've got to do a minimum of 2 months. Because
wow.
I might have to quit work. If it ever happens, I might have to quit work. And at least then I'm getting a few months' wages to whatever. Yeah. So that's that.
Well, if there's any reptilians, that's a really good tier for them.
Exactly. So they're the first 2. Third one, I was out in Shook Monkey territory today. Didn't see it. So you know that post that I put up on Facebook about it's been seen in the Cambridge area.
Yeah, the demon monkey thing.
Yeah, with the red eyes and all that. So that's only about an hour away from me, but I know that area really well because where the companies that I've worked for, I have been working in that area now since 2012, 2013. So a good 10, 11 years. So I know it really well. So I've been there, didn't say anything, but I am planning on going. So if anyone is interested in coming along, it's going to be afternoon stroke evening on a Saturday. So I'll give more details the nearer the time. I want to do it before Christmas, obviously, but I haven't got an exact date as yet. So if anyone wants to go, just drop me a message. You can either email me, messenger, text me, whatever contact you've got for me there. So yeah, we'll have to park in the village and walk down, but I know people in the village in both. So you've got Bolton and you've got West Ratting, as I call it. I know people that live in either side, so you can park the car and then we can walk down. It'd probably take about 15, 20 minutes. And we can cut through the fields to get in there. No, Simon, they're not. Yeah, so that's that. Right. So this is accidental research. So
that's my favorite kind of research.
Yeah. So I watch Vampire Diaries and I watch the originals, and then we've been watching Legacies. Yeah, you mentioned a Pukwudgie last week.
I always talk about Pukwudgies. They're my favorite cryptid.
But it gets better. So we have gone full circle. I want to say full circle. I mean full circle. Right. Just before going to that, if you do want to help support the channel, you can do that by joining the membership on Patreon. So it's patreon.com/AlienAteUK. I am going to be bringing, hopefully I can remonetize next Tuesday on the 22nd. I'm going to keep the membership tiers open for a month because YouTube still owe me money. So I've got to keep it going for 31 days. As long as they say yeah, then it can go back and then we'll just do the super chat. So that's it. Anyway, so research. And it's weird. It's so weird. Right? Let me find the images now because I spent the afternoon uploading them. So I did talk about it the other day when Eric Minto was on, and then Alex Lovelock came on, but his internet was so bad we couldn't hear. It was just completely gone off. So what I did with that, I cut that, I've re-edited it, and I've put that out as Eric only, and then done the outro. So if people just want to watch that, then I've left it on with Alex in the second half, just so people can see how when things don't work, what it looks like. But Alex is back on next Wednesday anyway, so it's all good. Right, so we are going back to this.
Oh God, you knew that I was going to say that when you put that up, right?
No, yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Is that where you're going with it?
Kind of, but a bit of a segue. So this is the way that it goes, right? So this is the one that was taken. It's Jodie Cook that sent it me. It's from a farm trail cam in Suffolk in the UK, which isn't too far from where the shuck monkey in Cambridge has been spotted, right? So the next image is a zoomed in, flipped round just to put with it. Now this is next to what was described as a slit-in mill troll. So the illustration that you're going to see on the left-hand side is from the 1920s. So this is over 100 years old. Right. Similar resemblance, not major, but it is quite heavy at the top, small legs, similar to the splinter guy on the right.
And like the stance.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Pukwudgie. This is another illustration that came up as I was searching through Google.
Aw, see, that one's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's carrying a double-ended spear, so
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna check
Right.
this off the cliff anyway.
So quite a strong resemblance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So anyone who doesn't know, I'm going to go back to this one. I just wanted to show the comparison of a Pukwudgie and the Slitting Mill Trowel. Anyone who's not watched Legacies, which is about like Vampire Diaries, just vampires, werewolves, and witches. So there is a thing called, is it Malvador? That's creating. He's a golem sort of thing. He's made out of clay, and he's creating all these different monsters to come onto Earth and cause chaos. And one of them, I thought, it's a giant porcupine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is it.
Ooh, that's not cute.
No, but it gets better. So these are stills from. So imagine that stood up straight. Don't forget that's an illustration of what somebody remembers it looking like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got that. I don't have time to put them all together like side by side.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this one. That was like frame by frame. I had to get it because then it vanishes off the screen. But if you look how the legs are, yeah, and like it's kind of crouching down, but it's got a big heavy back. So that to that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm following.
Yeah, and then that's when it's on the floor. I think it's dead. I'm not sure. I didn't watch. I just had to go on the episode to see it. But from that to that to that, how much of a strong resemblance is it, do you think?
It has some similarities. It's missing all the spikes, though.
Yeah. So, but then you don't know because we don't see the back of this.
Yeah, but like I feel like you would still be able to see his spikes if he had spikes.
Yeah, but so I think the spikes have been added on for effect.
Okay.
In the TV show.
But Pukwudgies traditionally have spikes. Like that's
right. Yeah. So like this. But then if you look at this one, maybe that isn't fur.
Hair?
It's like maybe it's not hair or fur. Maybe that is spikes.
Maybe.
Just an observational research whilst watching the TV, and it's like it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it takes sometimes for like you to see something and then it sparks your mind and you go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. And then when they said it's a Pukwudgie, what they got? Pukwudgie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why could it not be that? It's been spotted in the area. It is very, very similar to that. Yeah, don't forget, this is special effects. This is makeup, AI, latex. Do you know what I mean? It's this one's for TV. That's a drawing off the internet. The one on the left is an illustration from over 100 years ago. Oh no, the illustration was done in the 70s, but it's from a sighting in the 1920s. Sorry, I forgot about that bit. So it's still 50 plus years. Do you know what I mean?
So I just did a quick search and show you what I got here. This is another image of a supposed Pukwudgie with no spikes.
See?
So that one does look kind of similar.
See that? Yeah, that's AI. Or it's computer graphics, CG.
Yeah.
Or whichever. But there isn't that much different between the two. Don't forget that illustration is someone's what they remember seeing, and it does change from the moment you see it. It could be 10 years down the line from when they seen it to when the other person drew it. Don't forget, there's already 50 years between the sighting and the illustration.
Mhm.
So a lot can happen in that time. So there is that.
Yeah.
I just think there is a very, very strong resemblance. Andy put clutching a bit there, but yeah, I probably am. But do you know it's there? Why can it not be? Why could it not be that?
I see it. And if that thing was real, I would say maybe it was a Pukwudgie, like rather than a dog man or a Bigfoot.
Yeah,
But I think
exactly.
we've determined that it's not real.
No, well, somebody said it wasn't real, and that somebody, well, we'll move on from that somebody for numerous reasons. But I'm starting to go back on what they said, because it's only when you zoomed in that the legs don't look real. But when you zoom out, look at the gravel and all the bits of crap on the floor and the shadow. That is too much detail for somebody to draw, use AI, create using data. It's too much information on that screen. Even with this one, the detail in the fur, the little bits of shadow in the fur. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The shadow on the eyes, the shadow in the ears.
And I do think that it's kind of interesting how every depiction of the Pukwudgie has that same kind of nose.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that one on the left is very pointed, but it basically has a big nose.
Yeah, so it's like a big nose or a snout. And then this one, it's a kind of pig, like bare face. Like a stretched out, no, not a koala. What they got? Can't think.
But size-wise, too, Pukwudgies are supposed to be short. They're supposed to be like
4 foot. Oh, I thought
huge.
No, but this, don't forget, where it stood near the cart, we don't know the perspective. That cart could be only like 2-3 foot high. So if that cart, where you can see the wooden bars on the left, and that's, say that's 4 or 5 foot away, if that walked up to it, that's only going to be like 3.5, 4 foot tall.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Perspective, but it just looks big. You know, like the proportions and everything, it looks very much. But we also don't know. All of these depictions are just depictions of what they think Pukwudgie
but like. It's like Simon just said, the ears have moved. So you look at the ears on that one, they're both kind of like pointing out at 10 to 2. Whereas this one, it's more like 1/4 to 2.
Yeah.
So is it that? Could it be that? I don't know. It's just very interesting because of how much we went into it last time. And then just through watching that TV show, and then you saying Pukwudgie, and then they said Pukwudgie, it's just like everything was thrown in my direction. And I thought I need to have a look at what all this is.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm
very
searching.
Interesting.
And there's, you know, real photos of Bigfoot, real photos of fairies, you know, supposedly. But there's no real photos of Pukwudgies.
Nope.
Like, or people claiming to have photos.
I know, but it's just, yeah, obviously not into the detail, but the generalized image of what this looks like is more to it than, I don't mean like the 8 rows of teeth and square beads around its neck that it stole off a child in nursery. Do you know what I mean? None of that. It's just the overall how it looks compared to how this Slitty Mill troll looks, compared to how this Splinter guy from Cannock. It was Cannock, not Suffolk. I got the place completely wrong. Sorry, I do apologise. 2 different places, because I've got them both on my mind. That's what it is.
I don't know. That thing is creepy looking.
Yeah. So why can that not be that?
It can be. It can be anything. Because we don't know what it is. We don't know what it isn't. So it could be a troll. It could be a Pukwudgie. It could be, your mother-in-law. We don't know.
Yeah. No, don't say that. Ex-mother-in-law. Yes.
I'm saying in general, like, if you don't know what it is, you don't know what it's not.
Yeah, exactly. And we are not there to taking the photos, taking the videos. We haven't got proof. We haven't got definitive proof. We have zero proof. I'm just putting the comparison up because these different, like I said, these different things were thrown at me over a course of like 3-4 days, and it just all came together. And it's like, it's a thing.
I would definitely say that fits better than like a Bigfoot or even a dog man, really.
Yep, 100%.
Because those are pretty accurate in the depictions.
Yeah, and even this one, it's just a drawing on Google.
That looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah, I was going to say it's more Pokemon than anything else. But it's so close to it being that.
Yeah, because they all have that like hunched posture.
And it's like the head goes into the body. There's like very little neck, straight into the shoulders. You got the big body, and then it tapers down to very little legs.
Yep.
Same. Can't really see the legs on it, but no. There. You look at them legs, and you look at the drawing on them legs.
Yeah, they
walk all three of them are.
I agree. I think that you stumbled onto something really interesting.
And that's what I mean. And this is why I could not talk about it.
Yeah.
Because we've gone so deep into this as to trying to find out what it is. Even contacted Jody to try and find out who the farmer was that sent the details, but it'd not been well, and I just never got back onto it. So make of it what you will. I'm going to backtrack. I now believe it's something.
Yeah.
I do believe that image is real. Yeah, it's not CGI. It's not superimposed. This is just my opinion as of now, because I have said I don't believe it's real, but now I'm going back to it's real, and I don't know. That's it. That's all I've got.
I don't know. I mean, I think it looks like somebody in a costume still.
Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't look like that, but I'm under now the belief that it is more real than not real.
Yeah, I don't think it's like CGI or anything like that. It seems like it's real something.
Yeah. I'd gone like 10% could be real, 90% fake. Now I'm more 75 real, 25 fake. I'm still not 100% convinced because I haven't seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So until then, I'll never be 100%. I'd like it to be 100%. But it ain't gonna happen.
Could you imagine, like, if we could 100% definitively prove that is real?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing, because that is a really good catch. Like, you have a cryptid staring directly at the camera, like full body shot, not blurry. Well, a little blurry, but like not blurry that you can't make it out.
Yeah, but it's like Simon's put, he's not convinced. Martin Abbas, he's put not many animals that have that many rows of teeth. But we are talking about the world of paranormal. There is no normal in paranormal. Nothing in the paranormal is every day, even though it is every day once you learn to live with it. But I don't get shocked by it anymore. I don't get shocked factor. It's like now when I watch a scary movie, it's like, yeah, I've seen worse. I've experienced worse. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit, yeah. So it's not me being a shit or anything like that. I'm not being horrible and like calling anyone else's opinion. It's what we all think, and if we all agreed on the same thing, it would be boring. So, my opinion, at least 75%, I believe that is real. But I could be wrong. I have been before. Not very often, by the way. I'm just going to put that out.
I like to keep an open mind.
Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll hold my hands up. If someone comes up to me and says, that's fake, I'll be like, yeah, fair enough. But it is the resemblance to everything else was a good rabbit hole to go down.
And it's, even if it's not, it's another layer of things to look at, because when you first showed me that picture, I went down like a deep dive. I tried to find costumes. I was like, Bigfoot costume, Dogman costume, like it, because if I could find the exact costume, it would disprove it. Now I'm going to look at Pukwudgie costumes.
Ah, right. So I just want to say it wasn't near Suffolk where the farm was. It was in or around Lichfield or Warwickshire, over near Cannock Chase, where this photograph is from. Like I said, I was getting the two mixed up because we've been to Rendlesham at the weekend and then talking about this, and it's just forests and forests in my head everywhere. So yeah, it wasn't Suffolk. It was over Cannock Chase way. So do apologise.
I don't know. Like, I want to believe. I'm like the X-Files. I want to believe.
It's too.
It is though. Like, it's the resemblance in all the photos and the sketches.
Yeah. And this is the thing: the person who set the oh, sorry, I'm just reading that. Can you mark that one that Martin Abbott? Yeah, please.
I was just reading it.
Because it could be someone setting it up. It could be a model. It could be 4 inches tall, like the Mothman or the Bigfoot Yeti thing that I've got on the wall behind me. It could be something like that. That's just, you can like bend the arms and the legs. Do you know where you've got the wire going through it, or like pipe cleaner stuff? Yes. So it's movable. It could be something like that. And the way that the camera angle has been taken makes it look like it's big. Or do you know like they do with cars when they go through a puddle with them, like little toy cars? It could be something like that. It's all Simon will know, and anyone else that does photography. The way you take the camera and the type of photograph you take can change it. Changes the perspective view of it. I know I've done it myself. I've done it where I'm holding a cup and it looks like my mate sat inside this little cup because of how and the way the focus is done. So it could be something very similar to that. It could be a genuine trail cam that this guy's picked up.
It's really hard to say definitively unless you've done the research yourself. Like, it's one thing when we're out on investigations or we're out in the field and we know how we set our experiments or our equipment, because we know, but we don't know what they did.
No, because we wasn't there. So
we just always need to be there. Nobody investigate without us.
Exactly. But this is the thing, like, regardless of what people are saying in the chat, I'm not knocking them because, like I said, everyone has their own opinion. It's whatever you think it is no right or wrong. But no one can go, no, 100% that's fake. No, that's a costume. No, it's this. No, it's that. We don't know. Yeah? We can say it looks fake. I think it's fake. I believe it's fake. Or I believe it's real. And that's all we can go with. And that's it. I'm not dissing anyone. I'm not falling out. Yeah, I'm not falling out with anyone. Because at one point you was like, no, it's fake. And I'm like, no, it's not, Nicole. No, it's not.
I mean, now it's fake, but
I know. It's just how it is. So
I'm like, I gotta see it to believe it. And like I said, unless we're there, we don't know. Like, I can't go back out and try to recreate it and see what kind of forced perspective we could get with something.
Yeah. So that's it.
Farmer will go out.
Say again, sorry? It broke up.
Find the farmer will go out there and try to recreate it.
Yes. I need to get back in touch with Joe there. Hopefully he'll have some information. I didn't want to bother him because I know he was in and out of hospital. So I just kind of like, but I know he's back on doing podcasts and interviews and all that now. So fingers crossed, he'll get back to me with some details.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you want to talk about the fact that Martin is dreaming of you?
Well, I was a bit concerned and then I read all of it. No, I'm only messing, mate. But this is another thing. So yeah, we'll move on from that now. You can still carry on talking about it in the chat. That's not a problem. We can keep cutting back to it if you want. But can you put that back up? Sorry.
Yes.
So having a sense of deja vu, I dreamt Andy said that to me in a dream when I commented on something. No joke. Dreamt this conversation years ago. Weird. So I know Matt. I don't know Martin, but I know we've spoke in comments when he's been on Truth Proof with Paul Sinclair, and I think I've asked you a couple of questions, and I'm not 100% if I did or not. Joey, you put questions out you can never remember, and I know he's been on there a couple of times. I was watching him. It's like a week ago, so last few days, all my days blend together. So, and he's very well up on all this stuff. So when he's saying this, 100% believe him. But I've had this where I've had a conversation and I know where the conversation's going to go. I know what the person's going to do. I know the mood, everything about the smell comes back, the surroundings where you was when it happened. And it's just, what is deja vu? Is it because time doesn't exist and we've all this has already happened, still happening, and is going to happen, and we're constantly in this loop of time, living it maybe over and over again, and we don't remember it? Or is it something completely different?
But then you bring the dreams into it too, and dreams, we need to do a whole episode on dreams because that's a rabbit hole in itself.
So even though Martin has said he dreamt this, was it a dream as in you've gone to sleep and you've dreamt it, or was it like a daydream as I call it a living fart? Like it.
Are you daydreaming or night dreaming about Andy?
Yeah. I don't think I want to know. But you know what I mean, Joe, when you kind of like drift off and you have that asleep and dreamt it.
I slept and dreamt it.
So how long ago was that, Martin? How many years ago? See, this is no
dreaming about Andy. This is a weird conversation.
No, not how long did he dream? How long ago did he have the dream? Yes.
I like the way I phrased it better.
Yeah.
David with Laser said deja vu is a time slip by definition.
So is it because we've seen it and then we've come back? About 6 years ago.
A few times. Right? 6 years ago.
So 6 years ago, I only started doing this. It'll be 4 years on the 31st of this month. So it's 6 years ago. I did not know any of these people in the chat. None of them.
Wow.
So he couldn't even have guessed. No, I couldn't guess. I didn't have the dream. But how could you guess? Because when you have deja vu, all them feelings come back, all the emotions. Like he said, he knew what we was going to say. He knew how it was going to pan out.
Weird. Especially if you weren't even streaming at that point, like you weren't even doing the show.
No, nothing. No, I was nothing. I wasn't even going out investigating. I was just normal, everyday stuff. But this is the thing, right? So he's had this deja vu. In that 6 years, I've had to have watched originals, Vampire Diaries, and then start watching Legacies at that exact moment I've needed to watch it, because I think this is one of the only, I think this is the first time that I've seen Martin in the chat on here. So for him then to come on here and watch his show, we had Ian phoning sick this morning and not come on because he was going to talk about MMA. It wasn't even going to be paranormal tonight. So for all these different events to have occurred, for this to happen, for them to re-imprint that Martin had this dream about the conversation that I'm having via this, it is not even like slightly coincidental. This is like a massive piece of...
It's like a time slip thing.
No, but it's everything's... It's an ongoing... Yeah. It's an ongoing... what's the word? No, not got it. I've not got a word for it.
No, but
it's a consistent. It's a consistency. Yeah, it's yeah. So there's like, it's not just one thing. It's not just me coming in and talking about it. I've had to have done all of that.
Yeah.
Martin didn't even know who I was then. I wasn't on YouTube. My Facebook was the one that I got booted off, and that had nothing to do with paranormal other than a couple of little things that I'd post here and there. I'd not spoke to anyone.
All right, Martin said the teeth of that animal was what he remembers. Then the discussion about us discussing if the animal wasn't real, wasn't even the Pukwudgie. It wasn't even us talking. It was just talking by text. So you were texting about the...
And technically, so Martin's texting. So I'm doing vocals because it's easier. I am texting as well. So I only took them screenshots on my iPad from Prime about 4 hours ago.
Weird. That's weird.
So this is what I mean. It's just, that's not coincidental.
No.
That's pre-written.
Which, I don't know, it's weird if you think about it, because if people are having these like prophetic dreams and everything, then like, is the future written already? Like, can you change it? Or is it already predetermined to happen?
Yeah. And Andy Burners just said, for all this to work, every single one of you would have had to be here as well.
Yeah.
And have done everything that you've done. So my take on this is, all this has already happened. How can it not?
See, this is where the time thing hurts my brain, because, all right, maybe it's happening like concurrently. You know, the future is happening at the same time as the present.
Yeah. And it's all just... Yeah.
Yeah. And like the choices we make now, we think are choices, but we've already made them. So the things have already happened.
Yeah. I'm glad you showed up tonight, Martin.
Yeah.
Wow. I ain't going to sleep, but it doesn't matter. Don't sleep anyway.
Right now we're living the dream.
But it's just... Martin is a doctor as well, so I'm not sure what he's a doctor in. If he would like to let us know, that would be great.
An MD doctor or a PhD doctor?
A DR doctor? Don't know. I've never asked him. Sorry. But like I said, this is so weird. GP. And it's now fulfilling as we're living a dream that he dreamt.
We only exist in Martin's dreams. We're not real, we're a simulation.
Yeah, could be.
Martin dreamt us all up.
But what if we are?
We could be.
So I've got a question for Martin then. So with you being a GP, do you don't have to answer if you don't want to. But it'd be great if you could. So I know you can't disclose any information on patients, but when a patient comes into you and you have a conversation, do you have any of this with them? Because obviously you're going to be more connected to them as you're going to be their local GP. So do you ever get a patient comes in and you know what they're going to say to you even before they've told you what their ailment is? Just thinking. So, no? That's interesting. It wasn't the answer I was expecting, but thank you. See.
Right?
What's to look at a boil? I'm not ill. I'm fine. I take my vitamins and minerals and D and K2 and all that, magnesium and the other 900 tablets. I have it every single morning. So
I take nothing. I drink energy drinks.
these are probably one of the best ones that I'm taking. A mushroom complex. There's 5 different mushrooms in them. Oh, it's put. I get a sense if they are ill or not, and my hunches are usually correct.
This has calcium, niacin, vitamins, biotin. This has good stuff in it. We'll count this as vitamins.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. Does it contain alcohol as well?
No, it's just an energy drink. It's a Celsius.
Oh, right. I've not heard of that one.
It has 200 milligrams of caffeine, though.
Yeah, I had one of these electrolytes.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 150 plus milligrams of caffeine.
I was cleaning up the desk the other day, and I still have the Sambuca next to my desk.
No,
it has not
I cannot even. Never, not touched it since. I don't think I ever will. That was the night I nearly died. So yeah.
Yeah, I noticed, guys, that we haven't pulled one of those stunts in a while. No helium, no like shots. Like this has been very tame.
We've kind of calmed it down a little bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
So that's good because we need like months to recover anyway. So
right.
Yeah.
Can any of our American friends send Andy a pair of leather chaps to go with his hat when it arrives?
So I'm getting a cowboy hat. I've sent me head measurements, and I hope I've done it right. I've done inches and centimeters because I wasn't sure. So wait and see now. It'll be all yeehaw and all that.
Do it on Halloween.
No.
The Halloween special is gonna have enough stuff going on, I think.
Oh, so talking about Halloween, Tommy, 100% confirmed. He has got his stories. Tommy has also got a lot of activity at his house.
Yeah, you were saying.
And I mean, like visual, audio, lights going on and off, and yeah, basically, he won't be mad if I tell you, but he now has to leave the lights on downstairs when he's done his podcast because he's that much happening.
Wow. I want to go investigate Tommy's house.
Oh no, yeah. So yeah, he's got
I'll fly across the pond for that.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be good. Definitely. So I think he's going to come up. So when we do the Halloween, I want him to talk about that as well because it's so interesting. I like proper interesting.
I want to hear about it.
Yeah. So I'm going to play the thing for the Halloween, if that's okay.
It's your show. You can do what you want.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Right. See you later, Nicole. I'm going to kick you off. No, I'm not. Right. Let me play the intro for the Halloween, and then we'll carry on with something else. See you in a sec. Oh, that's right. I just heard pots and plates smashing downstairs.
Oh.
Probably with my dinner on it. See, find out when I've got to eat off the kitchen floor. Anyway. Right. So yeah, that's
question. Can we go back to a question real quick?
Yeah, of course we can. No, it's fine.
This was before we get way, way, way off topic of the werewolf picture.
Yeah.
Dogman wants to know, and I want you to read this one.
The capture shown of the werewolf. Why is a posture not digitigrade? Digitigrade? Is that how you say it?
That's why I wanted you to read that one.
Thanks. Why? Anyway, yeah. That is it. I don't know. Why is it not? I don't know, because it was done on a trail cam. Obviously it was like through the night, or you could clearly see it was dark, so it could have been winter, it could have been 7-8 o'clock at night, could have been 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know when it was taken, and this is the only bit of research that I'm struggling on, is to find out where and when it was taken, time of year, conditions, all that kind of stuff. So I do want to do a proper deep dive on it. And then hopefully get some information, and that's it. So until I've got that, I can't give any definite answer. Or definitive is my word of the day. Definitive answer. Yeah.
Hog wants to know, does Tommy do investigations? He may have an attachment.
Well, so Tommy does late night podcasts, usually for groups and individuals in America. So because of his working hours, he works till about 2 a.m. So he does a lot of his recordings at like 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the UK, which is like 6 o'clock, between 6 and 11 p.m. over in the US, depending what side of the country you're on. So, and he does go into a lot of detail, because it's a lot different doing it just on audio than it is audio and visual. Anyway, and he had like mediums and spiritualists and all that on. And there's one guy that said to him, "You do know that there's a girl in your house," and he didn't mean his wife or kids. Yep. And the kids have, one of the kids seen this girl and thought it was a sister, and then he's like, no, because she was in bed and it definitely wasn't her. He's heard like what he thought was a kid shouting. He's gone in and checked, and they're all asleep. He's had to swap rooms with the kids for where he had his studio to where they used to sleep, because he didn't want to sleep in that room anymore. It's like Amateurville, honestly. It really, really is. So I don't want to give too much of his story away, but there's loads and loads of stuff going on. And yeah, it's quite, I said to him, I goes, I'd be moving out. I'd have a bag, I'd be sleeping outside. I would not be going back in the house. He works across the road from where he lives. Literally, it's like 17 seconds walk, he said. He's gone, all the lights are on in the house. He thought, because he don't, like I said, he don't finish till like stupid o'clock in the morning. And he's like, Mrs. is still up. So he's gone over and fast asleep in bed. And then he spoke to them the next day, like, did you leave all the lights on? No, I turned them all off and go to bed. And then when he's doing the podcast, he's come down and all the lights have been turned off. And like I said, he leaves them on because he doesn't like it. And it's just little things like that. There's something messing about with him.
Yeah, sounds like it. And this is pretty recent.
Yeah, this is like in the last couple of months. But there is a woods about 5-minute walk away. It's where he takes a dog, and he calls it the devil dog. Right? So yeah, you can imagine. Sometimes a dog will just stand there barking and won't go in.
Oh, poor puppy.
Yeah, so there's a few oddities, should we say, happening around the area.
Yeah.
Has he picked something up from an interview that he's done? Or has he picked something up in the Devil Dog Woods? Excuse me. I don't know.
But I'm excited to hear all about what he has going on.
I know. It's so good. So good because you don't live there.
Right? It'd be good even if I lived there. Like, I would love that. I would love, like, some crazy stuff to happen. I always say that. I'm like, nothing crazy happens to me.
No, I've had a couple of things here. Nothing. I've had like that laughing when I was washing up in the kitchen. It was either coming from the living room or the hallway. I couldn't quite work out because both doors were open.
Yeah.
I've seen a hand come up to the back door. It's like frosted glass, but I've seen a hand come up like that. I was stood at the door, so I pushed it open. So if there's anyone stood behind it, they'd have been not flying. No one there. Shut it dead quick, locked it.
I mean, I've had my shadow figures and like a couple, times the equipment went off, but nothing like things moving all around and nothing I couldn't explain really.
Yeah, but I've been sat here, so say like I've got this pen and I've put it down, and I'll turn to get something else because everything's within reach, and I've gone to get the pen. It's like it's not there, and I've been on the phone to like say Simon or Darren or whoever or Joe, and it's like it's not there, it's gone. Then I'll find I've got a shelf like where the monitors are, and it'll be on top of the shelf. It's like I put it there because I put it down for a second while I grab something else to come back to it. It's just little things like that, and it's just how there's only me here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I ain't got a clue.
I say I want all these things to happen, but then if they did, I might feel different.
Yeah.
But in theory, I want crazy. Like, I want to see something fly across the room. At one of my investigations, at least.
Yeah. See, I've only ever seen. I've seen a few things move, but I've only ever seen one thing. Like I said, I was at my mate's house who was playing Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, so that's how long ago it was. And it was in the living room. There's a bay window. His chair was there on the left. Then we was on the sofa. The TV was in the corner. So it's a TV, chair, sofa, other chair, and the archway going is like old Victorian house. Then going into the dining room and the kitchen at the back. Coffee table in front of us all. This wooden vase with one wooden tulip in it came up over his head like that, then dropped down between his chair and the coffee table. Now, if it was wind, it had just fell over and gone between the chair and where the radiator is, but it went up and over his head. And we just sat there laughing because we didn't know what else to do.
Well, what do you do in that situation? Like, you can be scared or you can laugh at it.
Exactly.
Or both.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. But I was going through the folders on the computer and found a lot of the images that people have sent paranormal stuff before anyone says anything. And I was going to go through a couple more pictures.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep all them ones on. So these are the ones from Fire Spirit, Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just reading what Simon's put in the chat. That is a whole new show. Totally. You don't even want to know that.
That's from subscribers only.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I was going to say you had to be there. I wasn't there, and I'm really glad I wasn't there. But anyway, so these are the photos that Wayne took of his house. He sent me these a couple of years ago. Now, there's a few different images in them, including orbs, but I just want, as we're going back on stuff that we've talked about previously, why not talk about these as well?
Yeah.
I thought he might be watching. So there's this one. So obviously it's a filtered image. All he's done is filter like different light, different colors and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lamp, and you can see where the window is, where the curtain is. There's a particular looking being there. I don't know if you can see it. You can make it out.
It looks like the alien from America. What is that? American Dad?
Yes. Yeah, the green one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like gray, I think.
Is he grey? I thought it was green. So this is the same image, but I'm guessing that's the original one. The other two are zoomed in. Now, is that pareidolia? Or is that an actual... Oh, no, it's not zoomed in. That's just different filter. That's a zoomed in one. Or is it just a reflection? I don't know. Joe says pareidolia, but it seems too precise to be pareidolia. And he said there was dodgy goings on. This is why he took the photos. You could feel like there's something there. And I think this is the same image, but better, and the pixels aren't so bad. Now, for me, you can see the mouth, like this bit, where the mouth comes in and goes down and round. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the two eyes and the big bulbous head. But I can't see a body or a neck. It's a head, and then is it just a head? Is it just a head poking through?
See, I'm seeing a whole body. Like I see like a head, yeah, a little arm, but you have to look at it like it's this guy.
Let me take that one off.
Like it's this guy.
Yeah.
Like with the head and like the
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I can see the arm now.
That's why I said it looks like that alien guy.
Yeah, so it looks like his hand's doing that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
bit of a gangster. Yeah. No.
It's a peace sign, okay? It's peace sign here.
That way. Yeah. Don't offend us, British. Right. So it's like, it's doing that.
Yeah. He's doing like one of these. He's like kind of looking this way, like.
Yeah. But then, right, so I think this is the original one. See, in that one, it kind of looks like it's got a cloak around it. Do you know, like Yoda?
Yes.
It could just be the different coloured filters that he's used to make it more prominent.
I think we need to see like the original to see what it looks like, you know?
And then, there's two more. That's not much different, is it really? And then this one.
You can see the face. Like, I can see the face too, where it's just a face with the eye holes.
Yeah, and the mouth.
Kind of like a pouty guy.
Yeah, he looks a bit annoyed.
Baby with a laser says, I can see an 18th looking man or woman with curly hair or a wig and half moon spectacles, its head tilted to the right.
Really? I think he's on something.
I think this is like a Rorschach test. It's like, what do you see?
Oh, yeah. Then you are going to be sectioned after this. Right. So they're the first ones. Right. So then we've got the ARB ones. So I'm going to try and do these in some sort of order.
Okay.
So here's the first one. Right. So, no, I'll do this one. You can't see it. So he was taking a photo of the ARB, from what I can remember. Yeah. Which is very clear. But then, what can you see behind the ARB? I know what I see, and I said to Wayne what it was before he told me.
I see him. I think I see him. You see what I see?
I see the Hat Man.
Yep, I see the Hat Man.
So, is it? Or is it just a shadow? Is it the lighting? Is it the pixels because of how zoomed in it is? What is it?
Again, it's one of those things where it's really hard to define without knowing more.
Yeah.
Like, because I can see the Hat Man. He's holding like a little orb of energy, whatever, and he has his hat.
Yeah. Joe just put a witch holding a crystal ball. Could be a male witch holding a crystal ball, but
Bald.
is it?
I don't know.
Nope.
It's interesting though.
Yeah.
Because you can see something there.
Yeah. See, they're all very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just seeing what other images I've put on here. So yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Did I tell you about my thing on Saturday with the Taco Bell ghost?
No. I seen you've been to Taco Bell because who was with you had never had Taco Bell. Is that right? Yeah.
But we were at the Columns Museum in Milford. We were at like a paranormal bazaar kind of thing, and they let us stay to investigate.
Yeah.
And we had the REM pod out, and we're just, it's late, and we're just like BSing. And I found out that Susan's never been to Taco Bell. So, you know what you do when you're like just throwing stuff out just to be goofy. I was like, oh, light up the REM pod if, Susan should go to Taco Bell. And it's like, bloop, 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 like it starts lighting up.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we're like, okay, well, what should she have? Should she have a burrito? Should she have, and then we were live. So somebody in the live said like chalupa, she should have a chalupa. So I asked, and then it goes, boop, 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 boop. So it wanted her to get a chalupa. And it was so funny because it's responding on the REM pod every time we talk about like tacos. Nothing else. Weird. Yeah. It was the funniest conversation because it was just like you're talking to like a regular person.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Well, I don't know if you know, I did the dowsing rods at Rendlesham right in front of the replica UFO.
Yeah? What'd you get?
It was crazy. At one point, I'm just looking down like that. So I've got the copper rods. They're in sleeves. They just look like pens, and you fold them out, and then yeah. So even if you shake them like that, they take a while to start moving. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking, and I'm saying about it. This, not a person or a spirit or anything. I said, whatever energy you are you able to do this, this, and this? And at first, he kind of started moving a little bit, and then they started moving. And I'm saying, can you point at such a body? And most people stood on my right hand side. So I'm looking at the spaceship. They're there. Alex is doing rods, and Mike was doing his dowsing rods. And Tim was stood just behind me, but look off. I don't know if it's left or right. So I'm saying, like, can you point at these different people? And it's pointing. And Mike had his dog with him, Barley, I think it was called Barley. Sorry, Mike, but I can't remember the name of your dog. I've only met him twice. And it's like, so I'm looking down, and I'm trying to get them both to turn, but the one that had in my left hand was a bit more slanted down, so I had to stop and like bring it back up because it kept catching on the sleeve. Mm-hmm. So I did that, and it's like, can you point to this person? Can you point to that person? And each one they're going, right? And when I said, can you point to Tim? They just went and point. So they hit me on the shoulder because I'm out. They couldn't go around anymore. If it had picked them up, they'd chop my head off. Barney's called. And he was pointing at Tim.
Wow.
They pointed to Barney. Alex is laughing because I'm doing the EVP, and his are moving as mine are moving. Elaine and her husband Simon are filming this. So I've actually got a copy. I doubt she sent it me on WeTransfer, and I've got it. But we're going to be talking about it next Wednesday. So I'm going to check the video and then go for it and then get it all set up ready for next week. I'll have to do it over the weekend. And then I'm like, so whatever type of energy you are, can you tell me the exact spot where you are right now? So for that was the crossover of the rods.
Mm-hmm.
So every time it crossed up, that is that X marks a spot sort of thing. When they went out, when it was yes or no, that was no, that was yes. Yeah. So I'd already sorted that. I did that ages ago. So that's how I always do it. And I'm probably 4 foot, 4 foot at the most away from the craft. And they just went straight in front of me. And I had my arms out, a little bit bent, but not straight, but just like that. And they just crossed straight in front of me. And I just started laughing. Because, you know, when you pick up the energy and it just, you get that empath. Sort of, yeah. It was, I just started laughing because I knew that was real. That's exactly how it was. Now, we'd already discussed this a few times. It's like the 4th time that I've been to Rendlesham, like investigating. And I spoke to Mike a few times, been on the show, spoke to Alex loads, met up with him. That's the 3rd time I met up with Alex, 2nd time with Mike, and 1st time with Elaine, and Simon. And I said Tim came. And I already knew that where the lemon juicer is, that isn't the official landing spot. That's just where they put it. So there's 3 different places that this UFO or different UFOs were not too far, all within like a couple of minutes walking distance. So one of the questions was, can you tell me where the official first UFO landing spot was? Right. And they both just went, so I'm sort of looking at it, they both just went, it wasn't like that. It's just like someone had grabbed them and just turned them and stopped them like that. You can see it on video. At first, it was a little bit, but you could feel it was getting to the point, like with the pendulum, you can feel the energy of them being pulled. I could feel it like clicking as it's turning, and it doesn't click, but I could feel the vibration of it. And they just went, and Mike went, that's where I said, like straight away as I did it. And me, Elaine, and other Elaine walked over. I think it was, I don't know if I can't remember if Og walked over, but anyway. So we walk, and I'm like, can you show me exactly where it was? So we walk, and I'd walk a couple of feet, and then if the path changed direction or a couple of different ways, I'd stop and wait for him to move. So it was guiding me, and it took me to this point where I felt a completely different type of energy. And as I took one step into this only a little open space, probably about 8 foot by 2 foot, and they just went and stopped. I stepped back, they started to open, step forward, locked again. I'm like, right. I was like, this is it. And that's where it felt it was. And that is exactly where it pointed, and pretty much exactly where Mike said, and Alex had said, that's where the official one was. It then proceeded. So I said about the tree, is that significant to all of this that's gone on there? And it answered yes. The dowsing rods, not got all this on film, they then guided me from there pretty much all the way to where the tree was. And I'm watching my feet and I'm following the dowsing rods. It's like it took me straight to it.
Wow.
But when I was asking it to point at different people, I knew where they were, but I kind of like had my head down. So it's like, I don't want to have my eyes shut because I'm not going to see what they're doing. I need to know when they're moving because you can't always feel it. So I had my head down, they start moving, and then they stop and look up. And even though there's all kind of stood in a row, it was like A, B, like a chart. It was like, and it would point to them. Each one would point to them. So say he was pointing at Alex, I went, no, can you point both of them at Alex? And then the other one would go, So there's both in the same direction.
I do the weirdest things with dowsing rods, like because I will close my eyes. Like I will close my eyes and I will spin around so I don't know what direction I'm pointing because I want it to be like my bias and my subconscious out of it.
Yeah.
So I'll do that and then ask, like, but then I have to be like, I'm like, who am I pointing at?
Yeah, but I was thinking of doing that, but 10 seconds of walking into the forest, it started raining and pretty much didn't stop till we left. So it was very muddy. There's loads of holes and dips and everything in the ground. Yeah. And it just wasn't worth it. So I just looked at the time then. It is 1:11:11. There we go.
11:11.
I know. Yep. There we go. All the ones again. So I didn't want to do that in case I lost my footing.
Yeah. They're coming back, my 1111s. I was on a different number for a while that I kept seeing, but now
yeah, I've been getting threes quite a lot, and that seems to have stopped now. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, just a load of ones. How weird. Yeah. So that was most of what went on, but I'm going to show the videos. I'm going to talk about it more. We did have other things go on between me and Tim and the rest of everyone that was there. I could hear music, like live, like band music at the end of the runway, where all the hangars and that are. The hangars are not in use. They're all, as you know, with no doors on them. So some are at an angle, so you can kind of see inside them, and there's nothing in there. Just like old crates of nothing, and it's all overgrown and what have you. And it's just weird. It's just a weird feeling. And then, we did a EVP, me and Tim. It's just before we met anyone else, and we stood under this oak tree, and he's recording it on Dolby On. And as he's talking, we as we've both just asked the question, it wasn't even like either of us out of breath, nothing like that. But that was it. As soon as we come out of the car park and started walking up into the forest, I got really high pressure in my right ear. Do you like when you get water in it and you're trying to get it out? It was like that. I had that for about 5-10 minutes and then it just went. So I don't know what it was, but
I mean, it sounds like it was a good time. You got some stuff.
Oh yeah, I'll just put the best was when you asked it to point to the UFO and it did. It just went. It wasn't like swinging about. It just went stopped. Like it's there. It's there, you idiot. It was one of them.
Like hello, it's right there in your face.
Yeah. So and it was so good because that's the first time really that it's the first time I've used the dowsing rods in an area so obscure for all that, the paranormal and UFOs and ghosts and spirits and big cats, that's everything going on. But this, right, I've only clocked this today, and Og will back me up on this. This has got to be one of the weirdest things that happened while we were there, right? So I've got my bag, my messenger bag. It's got my torches, EMF meters, laser pointer, all that kind of stuff, right? So I've got my UV torch, normal torch. So we've stopped up at different points. It stopped raining, walking along the back where they took the trees down. It's starting to get dark. Before we get out the other end, back onto the road, it's gone dark. And then we're walking down a road that's not lit. And we're looking into the woods to see if there's anything going on. We then get back to the car, right? There's me. Lane and Simon have gone. So there's me, Tim, Alex, and Og. Yeah? And Mike. Oh, Mike and his dog. Alex had been to the shop that day to buy this particular thing. Not one of us got a flashlight out of our pocket or a bag and put them on to see what we was doing. Why would none of us do that? I had 2, so there's a minimum of 6 torches if we all had at least one each.
Was it light enough that you didn't need to? Like,
It not because I thought I'm trying to look in the trees and I didn't bring my night vision. I thought I'll leave them in the car. We can go back get them and then we can go back into forest.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to look. I can't see anyway.
Okay.
Like distance, it all starts getting blurry. So I'm trying to look into a dark forest. I've got my torch is in my pocket because I took it out to show someone. Did not even consider that this is. I think it's to do with the phenomena. Did not even consider taking it out to have a look to see what was going on. Neither did anyone else. Mike had a red and white lights for a bike that he put on his dog's harness.
Yeah.
Like his coat thing, so he could see where the dog was. That was it. Why didn't we get our torches out? None of us did. Because I think if one of us would have got them out, the others would, yeah, I'll put my torch on as well. Nothing.
But nobody thought of it.
Nothing.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah. Just that on its own is just messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Og, why did you not get your torch? Why did you not tell us to get our torches? What was the deal with that? There was
somebody
something.
has to be in charge of that next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody be in charge.
Yeah, no one did. And it was dark. It was dark. Yeah. So
you should have had them out.
Yeah, we had our phones. I had two phones. I've got my old Android phone for recording on my iPhone. Because I thought I'll use that for recording, then I don't hammer the battery. And I do need to make a phone call. Do you know what I mean? And then Og's phone was showing like 3%. She turned it off, turn it back on. Then it's showing 17%, and that was up and down. It's just all weird stuff going on. But why did none of us want to put our torches on?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so that's it. And I don't want to go too deep into that because a week today we are going to be covering all of the above. So
a week today I will be at an abandoned zoo.
Will you? Are you not on next week?
No, it's the 23rd, next Wednesday.
Yes,
and I will be at the abandoned zoo investigating the old rhino house and the cemetery that's on the property at the abandoned zoo.
Do you know what?
What?
You might find one of these.
I might. I don't know. Like when I went there, the guy who's like the property manager comes out with he's strapped. He got knives, guns, like
everything.
Because the bears, coyotes, and everything out there.
Ah, right.
So I might get eaten by a bear next week.
Oh, yeah. Let us know before you do. They'll have to find a replacement.
I will. If I see a bear and it starts running at me, I'll go live so you can all watch it go down.
Perfect.
We'll do it for the views.
Yeah, if nothing else.
Right.
So I did speak to Mr. Dr. Martin Abbas. He's going to come on. He's going away in a week or so. So he said once he comes back off his holidays, he can come on and we can talk about all different sorts of stuff. So confirmed. So thank you, Martin, if you're still watching. I said thank you anyway. You're not going to send him a message, but that's all we have. You are not here on Friday, are you?
No, I'm not here Friday.
No. So I have, he's not a doctor, Brian King Sharp, author and podcaster of Sasquatch Odyssey. So this is going to be his part 2. And I brought him on Friday because I thought, Nicole missed it because last time he was on a Monday.
I missed it again.
And now she's going out again. So yeah, thank you, Martin. He's still in the chat.
It is busy season. I have something Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week.
Wow. Sunday? Are you coming on Sunday? Better to know. 12 o'clock.
What time? I don't.
12 noon.
No, I have the brunch with booze.
Right. So we've got Greg Tomlin.
Not like booze.
Yeah. Got Greg Tomlinson coming on. He's got a few things that he's going to talk about. So that's good. Next Monday is going to be Marco. He's a guy from the TV show. He's the actor. And then next Wednesday, we're going to do the revisit at Rendlesham, like what we just spoke about now. That's when my Facebook will go off until the 2nd of November. I ain't gonna cope. Honestly, I'm really not.
I
And
will
then
not be doing that. Sorry, I will be on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook.
I'm still going to be on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm just not Facebook. So then the 25th is Halloween. We've got the MMA Phil, Ian and Daz all being well, and then 2 weeks on Friday, the 1st of November to the 2nd of November, starting at 8:30 p.m. right the way on the Friday, right the way through to 8:30 p.m. on the Saturday. We have our
4:30
24
Eastern Standard Time.
Oh yes.
4:30.
4:30, yeah. So we have our 24-hour podcast. So that'll be myself and Nicole. We will be taking breaks throughout. There is going to be in 8 parts to break it up. So if people want to watch back, it's going to be easier to find than having to go through it all. Plus, it gives us time to have a break on each quarter. So just makes it easier for us as well. Well, that, my friends, is everything.
I'm excited. We have some really good guests coming up.
I know.
And we're booked. We have guests booked until next year.
We've got one date left in. Did you book the one in January?
Did I book one in January? I think I booked one in December.
Is it December the
13th?
Oh, so that right. So we are booked up now to January. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave that until January. But Martin, you can more than welcome to come on a Wednesday or a Sunday, whatever works best for you. But we'll sort that out once you get back off your jollies. So that's it. So I'm going to go enjoy whatever it is you're doing this Friday. Can't remember.
We have investigation Friday, investigation Saturday, and then brunch on Sunday, which also has an investigation, but they feed us, so.
Oh, there you go. It's not Taco Bell again, is it?
No, it's actually a very nice brunch at the Borland House. Shout out to Brianna. She makes an amazing breakfast.
Cool.
And I don't eat breakfast, but...
So I will see you. I will not see you now until
next Friday.
Halloween special.
Yes, Halloween special.
Oh, right. So
I will be here.
Have you got your 4 stories?
I will be here.
Worse than Tommy. That's all I'm going to say.
I will have them. It's fine. At least I'll show up.
Yeah. Right. On that note, gonna go. Have a great 2 nights. I'll see you back on Friday with Brian King Shat. He's going to be talking Sasquatch and cryptids and UFOs and everything else in between. So thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you to everyone who's listening on podcast. And if you do want to help support the show, you can do that via Patreon. Patreon.com/AlienAteUK. You can even join that for free, but there are paid ones. And if you go on the reptilian one, it's only £15,000 a month, minimum of 2 months.
It's fine. It's way cheaper than joining the Illuminati.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And you don't even have to do a dodgy handshake or nothing. So good. Yeah. Right. On that note, gonna go. Have a wonderful time, and I'll see you in 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Have fun. Take care, and goodbye.
Goodbye.